The Mackenzie Poltergeist, Scotland. Beneath the shadowed skies of Edinburgh, Scotland, lies Greyfriars Kirkyard, a centuries-old graveyard where time seems to rot instead of pass. Among the ancient tombstones and leaning mausoleums, a single name sends shivers down the spines of even the most hardened skeptics: Mackenzie. His tomb, an imposing black mausoleum surrounded by rusted iron bars, stands as a decaying monument to cruelty, madness, and something that death could not contain. Sir George Mackenzie, known in life as Bluety Mackenzie, was a 17th-century Scottish lawyer infamous for his brutal persecution of the Presbyterian Covenanters. He ordered the imprisonment and execution of hundreds, sending many to their graves without trial. In Greyfriars Kirkyard, he had them caged, starved, tortured, and buried in mass pits, many still alive when the dirt was shoveled over them. The air in that part of the cemetery, known as the Covenanters' Prison, still stinks of decay no matter the season. Ironically, when Mackenzie died in 1691, he was buried mere feet from those he had condemned, in a grand mausoleum that soon became the focus of something sinister, something cold and violent and very much awake. For centuries, the Mackenzie mausoleum lay undisturbed. But in 1999, a homeless man seeking shelter broke into the tomb. No one knows exactly what happened that night, only that the man emerged screaming, pale as ash, muttering about something moving in the dark, and a face with no eyes. That night marked the beginning of one of the most active poltergeist phenomena in the modern world. Since then, over 500 people have claimed to be attacked by the Mackenzie poltergeist. Tourists on the guided night walks through Greyfriars have fainted without warning, their skin suddenly freezing cold. Others have emerged from the Covenanters' prison with bruises, scratches, or deep bite marks, some even reporting hands around their throats, choking them until they fled in terror. Medical examinations often find no logical cause. One woman, a skeptic named Claire, joined the tour to prove it was all theater. She scoffed at the guide's warnings and insisted on entering the prison alone for a few minutes. When she didn't return, the guide found her collapsed on the ground, her hands clawing at her own neck, eyes wide in terror. She refused to speak for days and eventually left Edinburgh, never to return. Researchers and paranormal investigators have attempted to document the activity, setting up equipment to capture proof. What they found was chilling. Cameras fail inside the prison. Batteries drain instantly. EVP recorders pick up guttural breathing, faint Latin chanting, and bone-chilling growls. One video, now locked away from public viewing, reportedly shows a shadowy figure emerging from Mackenzie's tomb and gliding toward the camera before the feed abruptly cuts. Locals believe the spirit of Mackenzie has been roused, awakened not just by the desecration of his tomb, but by the proximity of his victims. Trapped in eternal unrest, the tortured souls of the Covenanters seek vengeance. But instead of punishing Mackenzie alone, their fury spills over into anyone foolish enough to disturb their graveyard. Even city officials attempted to close off the area in the early 2000s after a spike in violent incidents. But each time they sealed the gate, it was mysteriously found open the next morning. Locks snapped, chains rusted overnight. The gate wants to be open, as if something within is eager for release. Now, those who walk Greyfriars after dark often report hearing whispers behind them, though no one is there. Some hear distant weeping from beneath the soil. Others claim they've seen Mackenzie himself, a tall figure in black robes, his face twisted in a half-skeletal grimace, watching from the shadows between the stones. If you stare too long, some say he moves toward you. One tour guide, after leading a group through the kirkyard, stayed behind to lock up. His body was found the next morning, sprawled near the mausoleum door. His face was frozen in terror, eyes bloodshot, and his fingernails were torn from his hands, as if he tried to claw something unseen from his body. To this day, the Mackenzie poltergeist is said to be one of the most aggressive spirits in the world. It doesn't simply haunt, it attacks. And though there is no proof of what truly resides in that tomb, one thing is certain: the dead are not at rest in Greyfriars, and Bluety Mackenzie still walks among them.